The results-driven Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce invites you to connect your business with 1,000 other companies just like yours, including education and workforce development, healthcare, professional services, manufacturing, retail, nonprofit, trades and vocations, hospitality, among many others, and benefit with chamber programs and services such as government affairs, energy and economic development, small business assistance, networking opportunities, women in business programs, young people in business programs, and more. We invite your business to become a starring member of the Merrimack Valley Chamber today and see what a difference this chamber will make for you. Join your community's most trusted, effective, and relevant business network connection today. The Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Hello, welcome to another edition of the Merrimack Valley Chamber Means Business program. I'm your host, Mike Bevilacqua, the Vice President of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. And I have here a 300-year-old business, not 300-year-old owner, but 300-year-old business. I have Mike Smolak, who's the owner of the 300-year-old Smolak Farms. So Mike, welcome to the show.
Well, it's great to be here, Mike.
Yes,
really nice.
Yeah, of course. Well, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on. You know, I've been to Smolak Farms many times. I know people watching at home, you know, multiple generations now have been to Smolak Farms. You know, I mentioned how it's been there for over 300 years. How long have you and your family been with Smolak Farms?
Well, my stale joke that I tell all the time is they ask if I've lived there my whole life, and I say not yet. Yeah. So I was born there, so I've been there for 71 years and counting.
Wow. Well, and tell everyone home exactly where it's located, what it is.
Smolak Farms is at 315 South Bradford Street, the intersection of Dale Street and South Bradford Street. It's in North Andover, not too far down the road from West Boxford. And what it is about a 125-acre farm that is very diversified. Everything from a farm stand and a baker, and I know you love the bake stuff there. Yeah. Ice cream, a whole animal area, which is free for kids to go in and learn about animals. We've got educational tours and children's activities, and we've got pick your own. In a normal year, we have strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, cherries, peaches, plums, apples, and Christmas trees. So, and each year presents a different challenge. And we also do a lot of weddings and corporate functions and birthday parties. We had somebody the other day who had her 80th birthday party down there, but she said, it's not my 80th birthday party, it's my party to thank all my friends and neighbors, and I want to buy them a lobster dinner party.
Not bad, not bad.
It was great.
Well, I mean, I should say, what don't you do? Because it sounds like you do everything there. And for people who haven't been yet, the absolute best cider donuts, the absolute best scones, best baked goods in the whole Merrimack, I think in the world actually. And if you haven't been there yet, you got to get down because there's really nothing else like Smolak Farms. There's, you know, you look around, there's no streets, there's no highways. It's all farm area. It's very relaxing there. It's a great place to bring kids. It's a great place for adults to go. It's really for everybody. And you have something for everyone there. Right. But I want to hear, I know you have a big event space out back, a big giant tent that people have weddings in, but you also have these things called whim dinners. What are the whim dinners? The whim dinner is something that we started about 15 years ago. And what it was is that we have chefs come in, and some of the finest in the area, from metropolitan Boston up north to New Hampshire. And basically the chef comes, we provide vegetables, they provide the protein, and whatever it is at the chef's whim to create, they create. And it's anywhere, it's in a whim, and it's anywhere from a 3-course to, it's been up as many as 7-course dinners. And it's some of the finest dinners in the world. They're Wednesdays, generally in late June, July, and August. And they start at 6 o'clock and run until 9. And it is some of the finest food that you'll find anywhere. And this year, this coming Wednesday, we've got Tuckaway Tavern coming from New Hampshire. And we've got Sonyo from Woburn, Massimino's, Paul Demori, who's a great guy. He has a place in the North End, and he's one of my neighbors in Boxford. Ledger from Salem, who's a great restaurant. They've been there a bunch of times. And let me see, Sonsie, S-O-N-S-I-E, from Boston. Wildlife Hospitality, Chef Ryan Skep, who has the Beehive, and Cosmica from Boston. And Lombardo's Catering in Randolph is the last one so far. So and people arrive there, and you get your tickets online.
and then you arrive there and you get seated. If you want to be seated with other people, you specify that when you buy the tickets online.
Is it smolakfarms.com?
Smolakfarms.com, SMOLAKFARMS.com.
And we'll put that in the text on the video as well so people
Right.
can see that. Now, you know, when you talk about these whim dinners, I know some people say, oh, I'm going to a farm, I'm going to sit on a picnic table probably. This is anything but a picnic table, correct? Describe the setting inside that tent there.
You know, it's kind of interesting because it's almost magical.
Yes.
And you know, people come and the vibe is really, really good there. People have a lot of fun. And you know, there's you know, linens on the tables, and you know the appropriate cutlery and plates and all that kind of stuff. And we also have a bar service. We have beer and wine, and usually a special cocktail of the evening.
Sure.
And it just, I just can't describe it. I've met.
There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
I have met some wonderful people, and some of them have been my neighbors. And neighborhood groups will come down. They'll come down. Usually tables have 8 or 10. They'll have a whole table, and they just have a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful setting. You know, it's a great meal, fine dining, these great restaurants that aren't in the area. It's almost like you're going out to Boston, but you're going right into North Andover, right in your own backyard. You don't have to worry about parking. There's plenty of parking there as well.
Right.
So it really is a great opportunity. If you haven't checked one of these out yet, I advise you to check them out. They really do a great job with the restaurant, the chefs that will go out there, make a great multiple course meal.
Sure.
And it's in that beautiful tent, beautiful setting, white dining.
Sure.
Make sure to check it out.
And a portion of the proceeds from the evening go to the charity of the Chef's Choice.
It's even better. So.
And I think last year we donated somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000 to their charities.
So you give back at the same time, which is
Oh,
great.
you have to. You have to. You know, I mean, the community's been wonderful to us over the years, and that's what has allowed us to exist. Because as you might know by looking around, there are very few farms left around.
Yes.
You know, I know Haverhill has some. So most of these people, all these people I know. North Andover has just a couple, and Andover has 0. So, you know, what's there is precious. And
But there really is so much to do at Smolak Farms. You have the farm stand, which has the cider donuts. You know, you can get pies for Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays.
Sure.
You get the scones, all those other great things inside there. Then you have the barn, which you can have parties in.
Right.
People have, I know you said weddings and
Sure.
birthday parties. Same with the tent. And then you have a petting zoo out back as well.
Right.
You have all the apple orchards. There's so much to do at Smolak Farms, and that's why I think you see now 3 generations of people, maybe in 4 generations of people, going down and bringing their family back.
yeah, well, I'm there, and I kind of see people who I saw their kids are my own age, and now they see them bringing their grandchildren back.
It's amazing, yeah.
And so I've been there running it for over 50 years now.
Yes. If someone at home hasn't been to Smolak Farms yet, why would you tell them to go down?
If you want to reconnect with nature and leave a lot of the artificial things in life behind you, and reconnect with nature without any cell phone, without social media, without any of that stuff, it's the place to go. Not that you can't use that stuff there, but you know, sometimes it's just good to get away from that hubbub of everyday life that's driving us all crazy these days.
Yep. And I know some people will go and take pictures of themselves with the apple trees or the animals for social media as well, which is a great opportunity as well.
Sure.
Now, I know you mentioned some of the picking seasons. What picking seasons are coming up? I know apples must be coming down the road.
Apples start Labor Day weekend, but right now, what we're going into right now are blueberries, and basically new this year are cut flowers. So you come and you pay by the stem, and you go out and cut what you want to take, and then go home and
it's pretty
buy
cool
a vase.
to cut flowers.
Oh,
so.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, you should see the delight on people's faces, and you know, in terms of a photo opportunity.
It's right there.
You know, it's like flowers in summertime versus pumpkins with the kids in the fall. We also have a sunflower area, a big sunflower area that's going to be cut into somewhat of a maze or a walking trail too.
Wow.
And so that'll be coming along too.
And then down the road, I don't want to get past the summer, but in Christmas you have Christmas trees as well, which families go each and every year to pick up their trees there. You
know, it's interesting because a couple of years we did quite a few years we did some co-ventures with to the benefit of military people, and some of these military families came in, and they'll say, this is the very first Christmas tree I've ever had, and you know, that's when you know that you really have to give back, because these are the people who who keep us here.
Sure. Make it possible for us to do what we do. So
Absolutely. And you know, one of the things that's very apparent is that there are a lot of people out in the world that aren't that fortunate. And you know, as much as I fuss and fume about things, at the end of the day, I know how very, very important and lucky I am to have what I have, to be able to do what I do, have the friends that I have, and at the end of the day, I close my eyes and I fall asleep.
Well, after all the hard work, I'm sure it's easy to do so.
No
but
question.
Mike, I want to thank you again for being part of the show. You know, like I said, there's so many reasons to go down to Smolak Farms just to be there. And like I said, there's nothing else like in this area. There's no, you know, giant buildings near you. There's no highways near you. You're in your own setting where you can just relax and everything. There's nothing like that. But if we haven't sold them enough on it yet, the cider donuts alone, I mean, I don't know how you make them so good. They're the best in the world.
The cider donuts got voted #2 in New England.
I voted them #1, so I voted them #1 in the universe. So.
Well, the former governor used them as bits for the Patriots.
Yeah.
And I had to pay up his debts. He still owes me.
Yes. Well, you can send me anytime as well. But Mike, I just want to say thank you again for being a guest on the show.
Good,
Anything
thank
you'd like
you.
to add before we close off?
I think that's mostly it. But you know, I am so happy to see families coming out.
Yes.
And, you know, they instead of yelling at each other, they're actually talking
Having a
to
good
each
time,
other.
so, yeah, staying off their phones.
And then you see parents teaching the kids about some of the things on the farm, and then sometimes you see some of the kids teaching the parents things about the farm, and it's kind of nice to see, because a lot of these kids, and the further we progress as a society, the more disconnected from the land we are.
Sure, yeah.
We had a group from Boston, from Jamaica Plain, and the teacher came out and said, you know, Farmer Smolak, where are the strawberry trees? and you know, I said, they're out of season, because I wasn't going to correct him in front of his kids. But you know, and that's an adult.
Yeah.
And am I surprised? No. And it's going to be more like that as time goes on.
Like I said, there's something for everybody at Smolak Farms. Make sure to check it out if you haven't already. But Mike, thanks for having this opportunity for all of us to stop down, see the different things that are available there, and just making it available to the public.
Yeah, same here. You know, I heard a rumor that your father might be opening a satellite location for the chamber on the front porch.
We need to get him down there. It's his favorite spot in the Merrimack Valley. We're in the front porch at Smolak Farms. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to get down there, check it out, because there's nothing like it. But Mike, thank you for being part of the show. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you all for being part of the show as well. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.